Each morning bled into night for a solid month. Me swimming in a cheap vodka haze, hiding in my bed praying for God to take me. You see, I had it stuck in my head that I didn't deserve what I had. A failure as a wife and a failure as a mother. Yes, bring on the light at the end of the tunnel. That sweet, pure, pain-free light of bliss. I'd summed up my life and figured I'd done my duty as a human being. I brought forth 2 beautiful daughters and had success in work, and I prided myself on helping others in need. But this pain I had was just too much. I'd lost my shine. In the span of 2 years, I got divorced, married someone new, had a baby, moved in together, became a stay-at-home mom. A baby at 42? What was I thinking? I didn't think that postpartum depression could happen after a second child. I remember the first time I felt this way. My mother died. I was just 22, the baby of the family. When she died, my family planet exploded, and all I wanted to do was just die and go with her. Right after her funeral, I just got in my car and I drove up north, headed to Sacramento. I stayed with an old boyfriend and his family, and they were so good to me. But nothing they did during the week I was there deterred me from my mission to just go be with my mom. And the night I drove home, I was driving down the Grapevine and it was a hailstorm. And I was driving and I thought, what if I take my hands off the wheel? An accident. And I closed my eyes and I could feel the car veer and stop. No tunnel. No light. And the strange smell of burning hair in the air, I could only think and assume that it was my guardian angel just singeing its wings trying to save me. And the shameful, stinging tears on my face, all I could do was just say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mom. And I swore I'd never do that again. But 19 years later, alcohol took me back to that same dark place. So how can I end it? I decided in my best alcoholic logic that I would try the begging approach. I would go to the cemetery and I would lay down with my mom and my dad and I'd say, Mom, I can't do this anymore. Those babies, those sweet girls, they deserve a mom they can be proud of. And it's not fair you're supposed to be here with me. And please, I just want to go home. And so much sobbing in such a quiet place. I'm sure the other dead in the cemetery were just begging for me to shut up. And the next few days were just one argument after another with my fiance. He was terrified. He was at his wit's end, and likely so. He was afraid of losing me and going it alone. And one morning I got up early and I went and sat in front of the window and I just sat there and stared. I said, why, God? Why? And then it hit me. Not so much a voice, but a feeling, a tone. And I knew that tone. It was a scolding reprimand. And I'd been begging for answers, and boy, was I gonna get it. And what I felt and heard was, you're not allowed here. You feel sorry for yourself. Go ahead, try and kill yourself, because you're not gonna come here. You will be forced to stay here as an example for others to see you, just like this, a mess, where you can change and be who you were meant to be. Boy, the choice was obvious. I quit drinking that day. Each day a leap of faith. Forever grateful. Looking back, forever grateful for the day that I put down the bottle and stepped into the light. Thank you.